Well, folks, we're here today in Sudbury with Gaston. Gaston,
Nice to meet you, Nick.
where are we today?
In Hammer.
Backyard?
It is my backyard, by the way. It's 1,200 feet from my house, actually.
You got the beautiful runway and everything. Tell me a little bit about the club and the history of the club.
The club started in 2003, 10 years ago. Actually, this year is our 10th anniversary. This strip here was strictly sandy clay, so we hired a farmer to till it, and then we seeded it, and we've got 800 feet, a runway about 90 feet wide. Every Sunday I'll be cooking, if the weather permits, and we'll have people here flying or racing cars. We have a very good time.
Keith, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great.
Now, you've got a fantastic helicopter here. How long have you been flying?
This is my third season now, going on my third season.
And is it quite difficult to get into flying a helicopter like that?
I've probably got about 3,000 hours of simming time in.
And does that really help with the sim?
If you didn't sim, I don't think you'd be able to fly one.
And is it always like a learning experience as you sim and sim?
I learn new moves and I work on pyro flips is the move I've been trying to master. So I spend hours and hours a day, usually. When the weather's not good, I put in at least an hour. Without the sim, I don't think I'd be flying how I am now. And hopefully in a couple of years, I'd like to be at like a Colin Bell level.
Okay, now you were mentioning to me earlier that you actually just picked up a sponsorship for a helicopter.
When I first got in the hobby, I was flying Gowie helicopters for a little bit that I bought on my own. And I kept putting them in the ground and I had some problems. So I took the electronics out of one of them and I bought a Chaos 600 from Scale Flying, or RC Aerodyne's another name, so scaleflying.com. And on my third flight, I had a little bit of a mishap. The tail boom exploded, and so I kind of built a bit of a relationship with Cliff, the owner, and he sent me a free one. And this winter, I was talking to him and saying, I'm getting better at flying, and what would it take for me to get sponsored? So he asked to see a bio and some info. So I sent him my RC Canada bio, I sent him some video footage, and he took me on.
Do you have other helicopters besides this one as well?
Yeah, this is basically my smallest. I have two other helicopters at home. I have a Chaos 600 and a Chaos 700.
Now, being smaller, obviously a smaller helicopter is more difficult to fly.
It's difficult, it's a handful. Just started flying it this year. It's taken me some getting used to it. It's my 600 is 5-6 times easier to fly than that, I'd say.
And is that strictly because of the size?
Yeah, it gets small fast. It's fast. It's very reactive. Pretty easy to put it in the ground, but I haven't yet, so
Yeah, knock on wood.
yeah.
Once again, Keith, thanks a lot.